wife to a gunfight. What's your reaction?
Uh, Again, Army intelligence officer. I think he should have done some more intel collecting first before he came and said anything to you. Again, that's a little joke we have in the military as far as Army intel. It's a bit of a contradiction in terms. Occasionally, depending on who you're with. With this guy, of course it was, and it came back and bit him. And hey, good for you. Kudos. Nice job.
What's funny to me, Chris, though, is there's some people that don't know military from a hole in the wall that say,
Yeah.
oh, how dare you attack him? He fought for this country as an Army intel officer. Like, yeah, you guys you're right. You know, he's a brave combat soldier. He has braved the worst of it all. You know, I don't want to diminish anyone's service and sacrifice, but
Sure.
that doesn't give him an excuse, even if he has served
No.
and sacrificed for this country, to be a total a-hole.
And he knows better. He should know better. That's what pisses me off more than anything. A veteran that goes and tries to do something like this on TV. Of course, he's now thinks he's a celebrity, of course, and does that to put down other veteran services, to disgrace the deaths, which is what he did of two of my teammates, Tyron Woods and Glenn Doherty, two Navy SEALs. That is the worst human being on the face of this planet. That's the bigger scum than who's the liberals that we had that said it didn't matter. I think I went on the show about yours about 6 months ago with that individual, because this guy should know better. You don't do that. And I will never talk bad about what he did in his service. Never will. All right? Because that's what we don't do as veterans. We respect each other's services. And for him to say something like that, I'm more angry now than, and you always get me riled up when I'm on your show. I want to go to Missouri right now. I'm right down the road from him, and find this guy and grab him by his scruff and say, have you lost your mind? You need to unscrew your head, because right now it's firmly implanted in your four-point of contact, and that needs to get untaken out right now, because you totally disgraced everybody that has served, and then those that have died in service. And again, he should know better, but obviously he doesn't.
Well, the frustrating part, this is part of a larger conversation, to be fair, but the larger conversation really doesn't look much better for Jason or Bill Maher, for that matter. Now, I like Bill Maher, and actually, Jason is an okay guy. I mean, he talked down to me and was rude, but other than that, I think he's an okay guy. But the thing that was so frustrating is we were actually talking about that failed Yemen raid, and we lost a Navy SEAL, of course, Ryan Owens, and we were talking about that. And what they were trying to say was that what happened in Yemen with that raid was just as much President Trump's fault as Benghazi was Secretary Clinton's fault. And they tried to say that they were the same thing, that they were apples to apples, Benghazi and what happened in Yemen. So, Chris, because you were in Benghazi, for the love of God, would you set these people straight?
Well, first of all, the Yemen raid, it was a raid, it was a direct action mission. So we had the initiative. If you see anything from Benghazi, and even the movie got it exactly right, is that we lost the initiative because of the delay, because of the politics that were involved. The Yemeni raid with the SEALs, they went in to take care of an Al-Qaeda terrorist, of several Al-Qaeda terrorists. So they were on the offensive. And this wasn't off, but people do die on ops. But nobody told them to stand down. They had the support that they needed to go in there. If they were requesting assistance, they got it. We didn't get any of that in Benghazi. And then also, the Yemeni raid, more than anything, it was a success. It was. People die in combat. The intel that they got initially, though, may have been bad. And again, this is where JC comes in. That's funny. Being an Army intel officer, they didn't get good enough intel going in. They didn't know what they were going up against going in. And that, when the guys on the ground, they don't question what they get when they get their orders. They go in and they take care of business. The intel they got, I don't think, was very sound, but they did it anyway. But they also had all the assets involved that they needed, where in Benghazi, we didn't have anything. We were left behind, and we were left behind because of political purposes. Nobody was left behind in Yemen. They did their job. The SEAL Team 6 guys went in there and kicked butt. A guy died. Yes, that's part of combat. But they worked the offensive, and they took it to the enemy. We took it up the keister by our own politicians that left us behind.
And I want to talk about that as well, because something else that Bill Maher said that actually really upset me, and I didn't get a chance to interject when he said it, was, well, you know, Secretary Clinton, she wasn't responsible for checking the security there. It's not like she's in the back door of these buildings asking people, is it secure? Again, not only is that incredibly insulting and condescending, it's also inaccurate.
Incorrect. Yes, it is. Patrick Kennedy, another one who's getting away scot-free with this. Luckily, though, he's gone. Charlie Lamb and Hillary Clinton, their jobs is the protection of Ambassador Stevens. And let me reiterate this, too, between the Yemeni attack and the Benghazi attack. There was no ambassador involved. There was no high-level ambassador. This guy rated 3-star general. That's how high rating he had. They didn't have that in Yemen. We had that in Benghazi. Her most important thing as a diplomatic or security officer with State Department, diplomatic officer with State Department. I'm getting all angry. Gosh, get fired up. I'm sorry. With Miss from the get-go when she became the Secretary of State, and that finally bit him in the butt there in Benghazi. So there's a huge difference. Yes, she is responsible for it. Huge difference.
Chris, thank you for highlighting that, because if anybody knows, it's you. And thanks for being with me. Thanks for always having my back as well. It's always appreciated, Chris.
Sorry about that. I'm just all fired up.
Yeah, I appreciate your passion. I'm just as fired up, Chris. Thanks so much for being with me.
Thanks, Tom.
And coming up, let's talk about